I have taken time to read the landmark ruling and the declarations by the High Court. And I think that anyone who has read what the High Court judges said must pause and reflect on a few issues. We in ODM and we in the opposition and NASA fraternity have always demonstrated our respects for the judiciary. You recall that it was a judiciary that overturned what we consider to be a fraudulent presidential election in 2017. And our opponents were not happy, but we celebrated at that time. But we were conscious that even though we celebrated, half of Kenyans felt that their will had not been reflected in that decision of the Supreme Court. We in the Senate, because I am a senator, and I must tell Kenyans that the Senate today exists because of a strong judiciary. Initially, in the formative days of devolution, we saw a situation where the National Assembly felt that they had the monopoly on all bills, including the division of revenue. And it took the Senate and senators to march to the Supreme Court to seek an opinion of the Supreme Court on the role of the Senate on legislation and specifically the division of revenue. The Supreme Court at that point affirmed the centrality of the Senate in lawmaking and particularly on matters affecting counties. We cannot therefore celebrate all these victories and then start scandalizing the judiciary on their interpretation on the matters surrounding constitutional amendment. Then Articles 255 to 257 have not been tested since we implemented this constitution. Perhaps during the Okoa Kenya days, we could have tested it. Maybe during the Punguza Mzigo days, we could have implemented it. This is not a time for partisanship. This is a time for us to reflect on the jurisprudence around constitutional amendments. And I'm going to say something which might sound a little bit off the beaten track, because I don't speak, tonight I probably will not be speaking for ODM or NASA. I will be providing my personal views as a senator and a citizen of the Republic of Kenya. I think the 5 judges of the High Court have enriched our jurisprudence around constitutional amendment. The question and the worry is, and this was my contribution on the floor of the House, if you look at Article 257 and you do not have a deep philosophy around it, if the process of amending the Constitution can be as easy as we have seen with the BBI process, then one day we shall be amending the Constitution to do away with term limits. And one day we shall be amending the Constitution to do away with the Senate or any other institution that seems to be an irritant to the executive. If a tyrant was in power in Kenya and we made it very easy to amend the Constitution, we will go the Uganda route and abolish term limits. We'll go the Rwanda route and abolish term limits. So I believe that the High Court decision, which is subject to appeal, and I'm conscious that the Attorney General and other players have moved to the Court of Appeal, and this matter is not closed until it goes all the way to the Supreme Court. But I think it offers a very good and a very sobering point of reflection, irrespective of which side of politics you are on. This, alongside the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee report, enriches our jurisprudence and gives us something substantive that will complement what the drafters of the Constitution put in and will safeguard our Constitution from arbitrary amendments. Personally, I do not think this is a time for partisan politicians to celebrate. This is a time for Kenyans to reflect.